Hi, Henry. I'm fucking pissed at you. I think this will be... Because I'm trying to make this perfect. You know, you can't just put a video on YouTube. So, I, Victoria Early, pseudonym, love Henry William Cavill. And one day I will learn how to say your mom's maiden name. Say hello to your fam for me. Also, I hope they're all like side-eyeing you really hard right now. I know it's probably not possible now because you're a grown-ass man of 40. But if your mom could somehow put you over her knee and spank your ass, because I am mad at you. Not furious towards you. I am just incredibly enraged towards a certain... I'll call her by her first name. But if she does listen to this video, because I mean this video is dedicated to you, Henry, I just want to really make it... I just want to indicate how much of a bitch she is. I know her ass is fucking gloating as shit. Ugh! The worst part is she does deserve to gloat, because why did y'all let... She's a tiny woman compared to you. Why did you let her bully your ass? My view of you hasn't changed. I still see you as a sweet, kind, loving man. Too sweet, too kind, too loving. But let's recap to the beginning of all of this. Just so everyone listening to this, even though they're going to think I'm fucking crazy as shit, they're going to think I'm crazy as shit. But you did give me permission to do this, especially since this is me proving that I'm willing to shout my love towards you to the world. Well, I know you're too chicken to do the same. And the worst part is, I can't even not that I want to prove, but I can't prove to anybody that I've been talking to you. I can't prove to anybody that you love me, that I'm in love with you. So I'm mad about that shit. What I'm really mad about, though, is I want you to come get me, and I've just been sitting here waiting for you to come get me. So it makes me think that you're never going to get me. And it doesn't help that you took Natalie to the fucking premiere. Because you know what people are going to say? Well, yeah, that's his girlfriend. They're not dating. Sorry, this video is for you. You're not dating her. You've assured me multiple times you're not dating her. I know you're not dating her. So, let's recap a whole lot of things. You were doing a whole bunch of actor shit that I can't even get into. I was dealing with the fact that Critical Role was plagiarizing me, and then figured out other companies were plagiarizing me. You walked away from The Witcher, announced that you were part of Superman. By the way, I did say, oh shit, like, I didn't watch Man of Steel until I talked to you. But, even I recognized, the whole Superman look, and I was like, oh shit. The cameo of Superman. And you announced that you were back as Superman. And then a couple months later, you weren't Superman anymore, by the way. Even though I'm not a fan of you, don't let me be in the same room as James Gunn, and I don't know how to say his last name. We'll just call him Peter S. Do not let me in the same room as them, because I may be tempted to curse them out to their faces. Not because I'm a fan of you. Let's be clear, I am not a fucking fan of you. It's because that's not how you treat a human being. You don't sit there and publicly humiliate somebody for the rest of the fucking world. You don't do that shit. Because I have yet to hear a fucking apology from any of these two. Like, I don't care. Somebody was gonna have to, at some point, somebody was gonna be Superman after you anyway, right? So I don't fucking care that you were replaced. It was how it happened that I care about. That's not how you fucking treat another human being, and certainly not in fucking business, because if anyone is going to be stupid enough to come on here and say that's how you do business, no, that's not how you fucking do business. Business relies very much on connection. Building relationships, building acquaintanceships, building connections. You don't build connections by publicly humiliating somebody. You don't do that. And I do admire your strength, Henry, because if you, I don't want to use lesser, but if you were somebody else, you may have, you might not be here anymore. People commit suicide for less, so I do love that you are still here with us. But anyway, your fanboys, because it's really the fanboys, were screaming at the top of their fucking lungs, and that got my attention, even though I didn't fucking know your ass. So I was like, you know what? I'm being hurt by people in the fucking entertainment industry. You're being hurt by people in the fucking entertainment industry. We might have some enemies in common. Let's team up. So I contact you in January, and then Natalie did try to play some cute shit that didn't make any fucking sense. to the end of my days, I'm going to fucking make fun of that fucking photo. I don't know what the fuck she was planning. At least every other photo after that has definitely improved in quality, so I'm glad she took the fucking criticism. But in any case, I wasn't in love with you in January. I actually had to be worked up to it because I don't follow celebrities. I don't fucking care that much. I really don't. I never even had a favorite. But I fell in love with Britain's finest in February, which was a crazy ass month because I had people coming after me, although no one will believe me on that shit. I'm glad you believe me on that shit. You're probably the only human being in the world who believes me on that shit. Then I was put into a psych ward. And then had to go through some very intense media manipulation training. But in time, we did get closer together and learn about each other's interests a little more. I learned that Warhammer is way too intense for me. I would still be interested. Still would love to hear you talk about it. Love to hear you nerd out. You've heard me nerd out about Nancy Drew. But I realized that it's something that you definitely start when you were a child. Because there's a lot. There's a lot of lore. Made me really appreciate the fact that you get your own armies and paint them by hand. And I swear to goodness, I will spank our kids if they mess with that. Yes, I'm making a declaration out loud that maybe one day our children will hear. Because I do plan to have children with you, because you do fucking owe me, sir. Oh, you fucking owe me. All the shit I went through, I know you went through shit, but, sir, at least you get my Instagram posts. Not that I would show people shit, but I don't even have anything to fucking show anybody. So people are going to look at me like I'm fucking nuts and need to go back into the fucking psych ward. I do want to see Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Because when I saw The Man from U.N.C.L.E., just on a whim, I fell in love with that movie. I understand why people want a sequel. I understand why people want to drag Armie Hammer, because he really did. Like, the on-screen chemistry between... It was beautiful. It was art. Guy Ritchie should really pat himself on the back. So I can't wait to see what he does with the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I really can't wait to see that. I can't necessarily prove it, but I don't, well, it depends on whether Smashwords has saved it. Because there's one bit of proof that could support my point about what I'm about to say next. I'm not mad about you being part of the Argyle project, especially since you didn't know. I don't know. I don't expect this video to do anything. But if it grabs someone's attention from Apple, not that I think Apple's innocent, but I don't think they'd be happy at the idea that they're paying who knows how much fucking money for an IP that's not even owned by the Penguin Random House UK branch. So the one thing I might be able to prove, depending on Smashwords, is the amount of times I pushed the specific dates I made as my deadlines for Lycan. I don't know if they have that information saved. Because it's like, actors are supposed to just act. But it's looking like actors actually need to know more than to just act. Because you have the situation with Alec Baldwin, where he trusted professionals to handle essentially what was a weapon correctly. So that way, then when it was in his hand, he wouldn't kill somebody. But guess what happened? He killed somebody. And I learned that from you, love. Listening to some of the interviews that you were part of, I learned how much this is supposed to be teamwork. Everybody has a role. It helps if you do have additional knowledge, but it's like everyone is hired to do a certain thing. And you're supposed to be able to count on each other to make sure everybody is safe. So, on to Argyle. It's looking like actors need to know a lot more about book publication. Ellie Conway is supposed to be a first-time author. Argyle is supposed to be her first book, which is yet to be published, and it's just interesting how whenever I push the deadline for Lycan, Argyle's deadline was pushed around that time. I've never heard of a publishing company that was okay with an author pushing their deadline so fucking much. And then the fact there is nothing on Ellie Conway. Especially since this author is supposed to have a fucking movie deal. And there's nothing on her. Nothing to promote her, because authors are part of their marketing campaign. They don't necessarily need to show their faces, but it's like their names need to be out there. What other works they've done need to be out there. Them showing some kind of personality needs to be out there. Them having a website needs to be out there. There's nothing anybody can look up on Ellie Conway. And to remind you, that's because she doesn't fucking exist. She doesn't fucking exist. Because if she did exist, then Penguin Random House UK shouldn't be relying on my work. They should already have a book ready and be able to produce said author. This book was supposed to come out in June something, and the date was pushed all the way to September or November. And this was after it was supposed to have come out sometime in 2022. But I don't blame you for being part of that. You didn't know. What I do blame you for, even after everything that we've been through in 2022, and we are about halfway through 2023, is taking Natalie, a woman you have assured me over and over is your ex, to the fucking premiere. And I don't actually understand why. Does it mean something? Yes and no. No, because you've taken photos with people a whole bunch of times. Fans, your family, things in regards to Darrell, like, you've taken... Photos are part of the business. Yes, though, because no sane woman likes the idea of another woman on the arm of the man they love. There's a video of you going to the hotel and escorting her out. Now, you're too much of a gentleman to throw her ass down the stairs. That wouldn't necessarily love you for that, but, you know, the vengeful side of me would have been totally okay with it. But yeah. There are photos of you with her. If that black carpet photo with your family is with you, like, if that's Nikki on the far right, he really looks like he wants to become Superman and fly away from the awkwardness. He really does. I'm still trying to figure out, because I know your brother's names, I just don't know them by face. So, I'm trying to figure out. But if that's Nikki, he really wants to fly away. So, you really should use your connections to get the red capes. That might help him. Doesn't mean I love you any less, Henry. It doesn't mean I don't. I love you. You didn't look any... You did not look happy. For the most part. Part of me wants to say, fuck your feelings. But I love you too much to do that. Because you didn't make a choice. Yeah, you told me about it. Which leads into our way of communication is so not the best way of communication. I really hope your mom chews you into that. If not your mom, your sisters-in-law. I mean, I'm definitely owed an explanation. And unfortunately, our way of communication does not allow for you to truly explain what the fuck happened. I suppose the best thing I should do is not assume anything. Should wait until you actually give me an explanation. But I am hurt. Because you definitely have me fucked up if you think I would have been okay when you first told me. I hope she enjoys the photos, though, because the photos don't necessarily mean you have the man. They just mean that you got a good photo op. This doesn't mean that this man will be in... It doesn't mean this man will be in your bed. It doesn't mean this man will give you his heart. It doesn't mean this man will actually marry you, because definitely... Because I hope she's listening to this. Where's the engagement? Over 2 years and not one word of engagement. But anyway, I do trust you. I do love you. I've already seen the first episode of The Witcher. And it was good. I'm gonna finish up the other episodes. The same part of me wants me to walk away. I'm not gonna walk away. And to remind you, the reason why I'm not walking away is because this is gonna make the non-believers think I'm fucking crazy. God does want us to be together. The lesson to learn here for you is to get off your ass and come get me. Because otherwise, we're just waiting for the next moment where I will chew your ass out for some other bullshit. Someone wrote in a comment about how the suit is probably a message, and it is. Red is my favorite color. The suit because my best character is an almost all black dragon. And I told you, if there was anyone who could play Balthazar, it would be you. Oh, I really do hope your mom spanks your ass. You did look cute as shit, though. You looked very cute. Very cute. I didn't expect the salt and pepper to happen anytime soon. I mean, you just turned 40. But, you know people are going to call you daddy for real now, right? People are going to call you daddy for real. I feel bad for your nephews and however many nieces you have. Because they probably have to go to school. Just so fucking awkward. It's like, ew, that's my uncle. Oh, man. You are my satellite love. So anyway, I'm gonna end this. And I'm going to watch the rest of The Witcher. But I didn't want to tell the world how I really felt. Because this video is truly for you, Henry. Because I'm willing to do this with the judgment of the world on my shoulders. I love you.